if we left Iran alone, they get nuclear warheads, they'd have ICBMs that can reach our country, they'd be getting the support and the technology from communist China, from Russia, among others. If they know that we're not going to act, that we are isolationists, that we are Fortress America, which Ronald Reagan attacked, that whole idea, said it's so outrageously ridiculous. Fortress America. Unless we're attacked or going to be attacked immediately, or think we're going to be attacked immediately, the threat's not imminent? No. If you have a small window, as the president has said, the Secretary of State, the Secretary of Defense, and it's obvious, given the conditions in Iran, and you have the stars aligning where you can act because you have a country that came this close to having a nuclear warhead. We now know that for a fact. Unless we hadn't hit them in June, they'd have one right now. In fact, they were subsidized to have one under the Obama deal. The road was paved for them to have it. Biden lifts the sanctions. Hundreds of billions of dollars pour into Iran to complete their project. And if it wasn't for Donald Trump ripping up the Obama deal and attacking those sites, they'd have them right now. Then what do you do? Now, you see they're genocidal. You see they've killed 50,000 of their own people in the blink of an eye. You see they keep threatening us. You see today they're firing what they have left, ballistic missiles and so forth, to even former allies like Qatar. And you see the Arab nations that are in that vicinity, in that region, all now aligned together and with us. Can you imagine if that regime had nuclear weapons? I can't, and neither can the president. Can you imagine taking the risk? Okay, they have some nukes, but they'll never use them. What kind of insanity, imbecility is that, given what they've done in the past and given the ideology of this Islamist Nazi regime, which is, we're going to see God and our 72 virgins. Not necessarily pretty virgins, by the way, but our 72 virgins. And the Messiah, their Messiah will show up only if we destroy every single impediment to imposing our faith as we see it on the entire planet. No Jews, no Christians, no Buddhists, no Hindus, no atheists, no agnostics, no anything. No Muslims who disagree with us. We will slaughter them too, as they are right now. So you have to be utterly irrational to argue that this country is an imminent threat and that the time to strike them with the least amount of damage to our country, to our troops, is now. And to close your eyes, cover your ears, and put your head in the ground. So yes, what's the mission? Have you heard this one? What's the mission? Nobody explains to me the mission. Now, you know, unless you're Helen Keller for the last 47 years, you don't know what the mission is? The mission is to stop these people from terrorism that's killed many of our people, proxies that are using terrorism that's killed many of our people, from getting a nuclear weapon that could kill all of our people. It seems like a pretty important mission, doesn't it? But these arguments are intended to be propaganda, language that's used as obstacles to achieving the mission. The Democrat Party believes that if Donald Trump is a failed commander-in-chief, that if what's going on in the Middle East literally blows up and falls apart, they will have an electoral landslide in the midterms, and they will have a president of the United States in 2028, and as far as the eye can see. They're rooting against our country. They're exploiting any setbacks, which have been minimal. Any deaths, each one is horrible. That's what they're doing. They're doing it in collusion with the woke right neo-fascist isolationists because they have a wholly different agenda about destroying this presidency and the Republican Party and remaking it into some kind of an authoritarian operation. We've got the Marxists, the Islamists, the woke right. We are constitutional conservatives. We are the core of the country. We are the ones who who are going to save this country, protect it from these enemies within and without. That's what we are. We are the constitutional conservatives. Conservatives because it is a philosophy that upholds the Declaration, that embraces the Enlightenment, that is built on the judeo-christian value system, just as our country is, that believes in tradition and custom, that believes in federalism, secure borders, the strongest military on the face of the earth. That's who we are. You know what MAGA is? Make America Great Again, which was first the slogan of the 1984 Reagan campaign. What is MAGA? You know what MAGA is? Most of MAGA is the former Tea Party. You and me. We are MAGA. The president is MAGA. He literally got directly involved in politics during the Tea Party period. I remember him on the grounds of the Capitol when I first met him many years ago. And by the way, you know, the Tea Party gathered on the grounds of the Capitol. You know why? To lobby Congress. For what? To take out Iran. As I sit here and think about this, tens of thousands of us gather. I spoke, Ted Cruz spoke, other conservatives spoke. It was not considered controversial back then to actually want to destroy the regime in Iran that had attacked us and said it wanted to destroy us. I believe that most of MAGA is formerly the Tea Party. It's not these isolationists. It's not the anti-Semites and the Christian bashers. These are freaks, frauds, and phonies who are trying to use MAGA and the President of the United States and we the people to advance their perverse agenda or the agenda of some adversary like Qatar or Saudi Arabia or Russia or what have you. But I wanted to spend a little bit of time going through this long list of Iranian-backed attacks against Americans since 1979. Zvi Khan of the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies put this together some time ago. And he writes, since the 1979 Islamic Revolution, the clerical regime in Tehran and its proxies have committed a range of attacks against Americans. And he provides select documentation of those assaults. He says this list isn't even completed, but it demonstrates that Tehran continues to pose a threat to U.S. forces in the Middle East, the American homeland, and Americans residing across the globe. Is there any doubt in this? Seriously. Who's attacked us most over the last many decades? Iran. And they're terrorists. Folks, if you enjoyed this clip and you want to watch the entire episode, I'm telling you, you're going to love it. You can go to YouTube and subscribe, or go to Rumble and follow. And by the way, tell your friends and family too. I'll see you then.